Hello, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the Google In-House Tournament. I will shortly have the help joining me. Right now I am Pato, and we have picks and bans already taken care of for you. They were done in chat. These actually aren't the real bans, but just to walk you through what the bans were, because they are equally, not standard, if you will. Alistar, expected. But then we actually had a Vayne and a Misfortune ban. Poppy was banned. Shen kind of expected. Katarina I could see as a targeted ban somewhere. But I have to believe those Vayne, Misfortune, and Poppy bans were targeted at different members of the enemy team. I think Windowbeaker maybe even has a pretty good Poppy. But they were really trying to limit maybe his AD carry potential, although they still ended up, it looks like Purple Team ended up with Ezreal Blitz. And normally, typically, Tomato Orange, which we see on the blue team, would be rocking the AD, but this time we have him rocking Jace. That so powerful, works with every team comp, killer top laner. And calling coming.
Hello.
Hello, the Hope.
Bonsoir. Okay, so I watched the picks and bans. I saw what was going on. Sorry, I had to pretend to be a responsible adult for a second and talk to my kid because I'm in the middle of nowhere, not in Seattle, for like an entire month. I gotta say, both teams look frightening, but one of them has Blitzcrank, so I'm immediately biased for Purple Team. If they don't win, I'll take it as a personal affront.
I think you would. You're all about the Hook City, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, dude. Hook City is the third most powerful city on the planet. What is this A's and Z's bans? What is this going on?
Okay, those weren't the actual bans, but because they did the bans in chat, so I think that was just what was easiest for them to reach. They knew that both teams hated the letter A and Z, and respectively just banned them out altogether.
But what if those aren't what they wanted to ban? How do you know? Was it like already drafted out? Did they already pick teams as well?
Yeah. So
because if I banned in chat and somebody was just like, all right, now I'm gonna fake ban Ziggs, I'd be like, I wanted to play him. Thanks, bro. Way to throw the entire game. Why don't you just take the 14 seconds to ban the characters you banned?
Yeah, so the actual bans were Alistar, Vayne, Misfortune, Poppy, Shen, and Katarina. Not typical bans still, but
those are pretty good bans, dude. Katarina right now on Katarina's insane.
Oh yeah,
like her remake has been belligerent, and I'm sure anybody who's faced that with somebody at the helm who knows what she's doing has wept openly to people that they love.
Yeah, we saw Bishu actually crush in the USA versus Canada game pretty hard as Katarina.
Yeah, no, Bishu then again crushes pretty hard, period.
Yeah, he does.
The Canadians have been mistaked as a peaceful people who are filled with both love and affection, and then Bishu proves that they got some American spirit in them. I'm not talking about the Smigarettes.
So how you doing this fine morning?
Pretty good. Went and saw Charlie from Lost spin last night at a club in Moses Lake.
What?
Yeah.
He does that? It's a real thing?
Yeah, no, he is a DJ, and he was in Moses Lake because he's part of the movie that I'm doing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I got to see his set. It was pretty legit. It started really European, which is hard to get people in Moses Lake into, and then quickly just shifted to things that people could get drunk on. And so the power was strong.
Oh, well, good to know the power is strong late at night. I know Highwind was out having some fun too last night. So
Highwind is a fun at night. That is Highwind translates roughly to the Germanic fun at night. So we got lasers and Mundos and Ezreal's Oh My versus CC Team Deluxe.
Yeah, they are pretty CC Team Deluxe, and they have a lot of utility, especially with Jace in there. I mean, when I was watching the bans and picks, like there was the bans, I was like, okay, the bans, and then the instantaneous first pick was Jace. Like they knew that was who they wanted to target and play. They knew actually no one on the enemy team actually plays Jace, so they knew that
they're doing homework now. What is this, Pro League? Come on.
I know these are so. Anybody that's tuning in that doesn't quite know what this is, it is a Google in-house. So these are all Google employees. They have full-time jobs. They work in time to play when they can. Some of them, actually have some pretty good. I believe Tomato Orange is actually up there in that plat range. But for the most part, they're all just kind of like have like 100, 200, 300 games for a lot of these players, and they just like to play for fun. And so this is kind of a fun way for them to have a tournament, get out there and get some competitive experience.
I don't know if I don't know if I completely agree. I feel like if they had full-time jobs at Google, all they would do is play League of Legends. Like, I feel like you're lying to people and you're telling them that they have full-time jobs because you want your friends to sound cooler. But I know for sure that if they worked at Google, they would do no evil. And doing no evil involves playing way too much League. And the game begins.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how these teams start out. Obviously, Red Team, they have that Blitzcrank, which could be really effective, although I'm really actually pretty scared of this this blue team. But I think with Blitzcrank, we might see some poke action, might see them try to play something. But it looks like the blue team already pinging towards that blue buff wants to invade.
Oh, blue team has the CC level 1 to try and invade. If purple team does exactly what they're doing right now, which is not responding, this could get violent for whoever's over there guarding.
Oh,
and pause! OP! It's like we're the world's here! Oh, yeah!
Playoffs ahoy. Hopefully we won't have to start this tournament at a later date.
Woof.
It reminds me of EOS a little bit, the game of games. Where they pause like
Whoa. Let's talk for a second, Lee Sin. Azubu Frost is... Come on. They went through a lot.
So yeah, it looks like...
people sitting next to each other?
Alright, there we go. Looks like CatScan has rejoined. He was AFK. Obviously, he's left far behind. So the 4-man gang squad, which is still going to be pretty effective because Lux is lagging behind. Everybody on the red team looks like they're spreading out. And if they come from that bottom side, I think they'll have a pretty good chance at sneaking in there. I have to believe their objective is just to steal the blue buff because Mundo more than likely would start red.
If they're able to, Skarner needs that blue, and so if they're going for that, they're going to have it at this point with those 3 up there. If anybody gets caught out by Ryze, they're going to be held down long enough to really put the hurt down on them. And these delayed invades, like they're planning on right now, it really hurts to have to go back and get to your lane, even if you don't die, which hopefully you don't. Even though dying would probably get you back quicker, you end up missing out on a bunch of CS.
Yeah, it's going to be key for them to, 1, get in there, and 2, take the buff and make sure that people don't get late to their lanes in the process of taking it. Like, Tomato Orange is not going to want to sit around there too long, because otherwise he's going to be late to top lane and get a little bit behind, which he doesn't want to have to deal with.
And I don't think they're going to get seen by Easy.
No. I would definitely tell the red team for future reference to probably throw down some wards early.
Oh, and there, Blitzcrank just saw it. Blitzcrank has an interesting opportunity right now. If he doesn't run away, if he goes back, he can really mess with him by pulling the blue buff over the wall.
Yeah, I mean he could decide to go for that move. It looks like they're just poking around looking for him. And yeah, I don't know. I think Blitzcrank. I think they're not going to engage. I think they're a little bit afraid at this point, and they just want to give it up and let Mundo go about his business. Maybe Mundo. If he gets enough help, he can actually run over really quickly. Maybe if he saves his smite and steal blue back from Skarner.
Maybe.
Actually, or I guess maybe Lee Sin will, because Lee Sin's not top. Lee Sin's the jungler. I just assumed. Foolish me.
How dare you not know the power of Lane Mundo? That's going to be a really tough top lane, I think, for Mundo. With Jace's just utility.
Oh, yeah.
Jace is crazy. Jace is a crazily designed champion. And if he didn't look like such a douchebag, I would totally play him.
Yeah, I mean, did you catch that at the World Championships you could buy a $400 replica Jace hammer?
Wow. No, I did not. Does it transform?
That's the thing. Is like they didn't have one on display, and so like the brief moment in my mind where it's like it'd be really cool to have a Jace hammer. I was like, I can't see it. It could be like a 10-inch like. It's made out of like some nice metal, so it's $400 like replica. Yeah, and it could just be a hammer and not like.
It's made out of the scraps from the world's from the chalice.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Rick-Tick, I forgot because Rick-Tick is actually known for playing these kind of weird tanky people top. He's known for playing Mundo top, Malphite top. Malphite obviously more standard, but. But I have actually, I forget my time at Google and forget these players' play styles. But Rick-Tick is a big Mundo player, and seeing him top actually is not as completely unexpected as one might think.
Skarner going boots and potions for the jungle. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, he's just trying to be quicker around the jungle, but I mean, it all depends on how well he sustains here. Having that different start, it takes him longer to reach the Wraith camps by stealing blue, so sometimes that offsets the levels and how strong they are from your typical path.
Just a bunch of warding and hanging out now, as it should be.
Yeah, actually, CatScan threw down a pink ward in the bottom lane to try to ward out, but then now it's flanked by two by two wards, and it's not actually helping them remove anything. Little gank on middle. Rise the Matsky players, he's kind of one of their. He was the first pick for this blue team, and a player they expect to do really, really well here. And hopefully he does. I mean, I think the idea from Rustic Monkey was that she'd be able to use a lot of that harass from Lux to kind of zone out Rise here, but it doesn't look like it's working in her favor, especially since they were able to transfer that early blue to Rise by stealing the blue from the red team.
Rise having another 10 MR on her is also helping. This early game 10 MR is shrunk, and it looks like he's just able to dodge a lot of the skill shots and really get behind them and harass. Being able to, having skill shots versus on click moves.
Yeah, that was one of the Alex Ditch quotes, I believe. Shout out to GG Chronicle and their pregame write up. But I remember when they're covering M5, like one of their quote questions was, what is your favorite champion? He was like, all the AP mids that don't have skill shots. Those are my favorite. They do a lot of damage and don't have skill shots. And Rise does a lot of damage and doesn't have any skill shots.
34 to Mundo 16 up top. And now it's going to start just getting harassy because it's officially gotten to that point where Jace gets to do what he pleases.
Yeah, I mean, Mundo's is in a world of hurt up here in this top lane. And going forward, it's going to be a pain for him. He's probably going to want a gank at some point or something to try to get him, but I don't even know if that's going to help.
Getting hammer harassed over and over again. Just whittle. Oh, and the blue couldn't grab. Barely misses Tristana. That would have been a devastating moment in everybody's life.
Yeah, I mean those Yordles, they're so small, easy to grab. Just want to hug them.
Just want to put your face in.
So now we have a possible gank up top. They're setting up. Here, if they can get Tomato to commit, the Tomato is going to commit, but he safeguards actually to a minion, and there's that quick just escape from Jace. And yeah, he's going to eat a lot of turret shots for that, and he's going to end up lower, and that's not going to help at all. Really.
And that's just Jace's basic utility. Like, he can flash out of a fight and still get involved because he has optional range.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty ridiculous champion. Oh, trade in middle. No Ignite going down, though, to try to finish this off. And as I look, actually, this Rise is running Ghost. I didn't even catch that, but this Rise...
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to be places.
Yeah, and it's actually, kind of an okay idea in this format, again, because you have players that probably don't have as good a map awareness as you would typically like for like a standard team or you expect from a high-level team. And so by having Ghost, you might be able to rotate lanes really, really quickly and catch people off guard.
True. I get that, and it's it gives you some safety. But if you're going to take Flash, you might as well be taking Teleport for that. I believe. I personally believe for that same thing. I mean, you saw it in Worlds where team with Teleport shows up wins day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a valid strategy. It's all. I mean, it's kind of like a lot like the globals, where people just kind of like they miss that mental check mark. That, oh yeah, there's a Karthus on the board, or oh yeah, Shen has his ult up, and then they get.
Looks like a gank's going to be coming down mid. They're going to try to they're trying to bait Lux into an engagement. Nope, and she's just going to play ranged.
She's not going to buy.
She was not buying what you selling. Once the Skarner hits 6, I have a feeling this game is going to start getting a lot more fast paced.
Yeah,
because right now it's just let's hang out in our lanes. Let's hang out in our lanes.
Yeah, actually, interesting dazzle onto Widowbeaker down bottom. They stunned him, but they didn't really do much. And meanwhile, Blitzcrank took the longest path ever in order to get into a ward that's not actually in a position that really helps them that much at this point. Like, having a ward down in Tribrush is not, like, the main concern for them, because they're actually pushed up against their own turret with Tristana pushing so hard like
Push
she
to
is.
their tower.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind to give his, his AD a moment of oh, there's a grab on Tarek. Tarek's stun is still down. What's going to happen? It's going to take a shot, and there he is at half health.
Yeah, I took a turret shot, so it got him in the correct range, but, there's not enough quite there to follow it up yet.
Oh, no, and that's just basic harass. Now you have two champions at down bottom full life. One who's going to be spending all of his mana healing up instead of dazzling. The dazzle earlier was mostly, from what I can see, just a, hey, jerk, I'm stunning you for no reason. Because there was no dedication to that at all. I believe if they were talking to each other, they were probably just like, ha, 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 ha I stunned you. And when I wasn't paying attention, did Skarner go steal blue?
Yeah. I guess that might... No, yeah, that was what
Yeah, he
happened.
did. He went and stole blue, and that is a very angry Lee Sin.
How did... I want to know how... Well, obviously, we weren't paying attention to it. But I wonder how he got in there and they didn't actually catch that. I guess he went around topside. Because they had wards down there, so they should have been prepared for that. If they
had the coverage, but nobody was there to stop him. And Jace is now all the way up on the tower. Doesn't even care. Has pushed back. Still a level ahead. Only 10 CS now, though. Mundo has been catching back up. And there's Lee Sin in the mid! Lee Sin wants some blood! He wants some sweet Ras booty! The stun is already... The root's already gone down. There's nothing he can do to safeguard out. And Lazord! Lazord.
Yeah,
But a great harass exchange. Ooh, yeah, no, buddy. You can't leave. You can't... Don't leave your woman. No one needs you. Rise back for vengeance. Rustic was still there. He's gonna, oh, yeah.
Oh, didn't get that second bounce. Would have been clutch.
That's way too much. This is stressful.
Yeah, crazy game going on right now. A lot of trades, and now Mundo actually in a little bit of trouble up top. Jace chasing him down. Will he follow up? But first blood actually from Skarner in middle. It's been that long since we actually had first blood. Everybody's so close, but Lee Sin getting baited in there. And Mundo actually using, I think he uses ult to actually heal back up here.
Mundo's ult is down. And, ooh, wait. That was Ezreal. Yeah, Mundo's ult down. There's a little engagement going down bottom. Tarek trying to catch out Ezreal, but since Ezreal is a flash machine, he's just probably not going to care.
Yeah, Arcane Shift OP.
Even with that stun, I mean, it's completely worth it. Mundo now cannot defend his turret. If he defends his turret here and gets in Jace's range, he's going to punch somebody in the head.
Yeah,
now, that mid-fight was honestly a case of greed. Lee Sin should have been out of there a long time ago. That middle lane had clearly already been claimed for Ryze in that fight, who had pretty much 1v2'd that entire situation. Ooh, we got Skarner coming down bottom now for, I don't know, how's the, how do you call this, a lane gank? So this should be fun if we, ooh, oh, Blitzcrank, where are you going, bro? You can't just leave your friend. Blitzcrank, hey!
He's got to ward that Tribrush, man.
Dude, you drunk baby, get down here and fight people. I want you to get triple ganked. They have They have no idea. They have no idea that Skarner's there. They can't know.
Yeah, really, it's up to patience right now. You know how patient they are for this. Dodges the grab, so grab is down.
Skarner's now going to move up pitches. And up top, we have Lee Sin trying to sneak up on Jace, which is, super effective, question mark. Ping has already gone down on him, though. I believe they saw him.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ryze picking up a kill 1v1 in the mid lane. He's getting stacked up now, feeling pretty confident. And now we have an engagement. Skarner's going to pull out Blitzcrank, but Blitzcrank to be able to get out of this pretty easily. Flashes out after the pull. And I think they maybe doubled up the Dazzle during the Skarner grab, or maybe before, and so they didn't really have anything to hold him there when he was so close to his turret.
Well, that and Skarner is a powerful man, especially with the aura coming off of Tarek. But he can't be diving turrets just like that. He took like 5 turret shots there, which congrats for being alive. But you took 5 turret shots.
Yeah, I mean that's a rough proposition. At least it's not bugged anymore like it was before they recently patched it, where the turrets were doing like double time. And, wrecking fools. And now we have Madsky's actually going to come up lane for a gank now. They totally won't expect this to happen again with Ryze.
No. That and this the root stun combination that's going to happen here is just going to get brutal, especially if Tristana can jump behind and fire them off the...
There's the grab. Are they going to go in? It looks like they might. Shaq comes up a little bit late. Tristana's going to jump in there and clean it up.
That's how Mama like it. Tarek, you did your job. Go home.
Windowbeaker just gets to sit and CS and be like, dang it.
Up here, Rustic Monkey really just, enjoying finally having a moment to herself because, Lux can fight Skarner all day.
Yeah, she's not too afraid of Skarner.
No.
And Skarner, for all his intents and purposes, he gets a little farm and little XP and gets to keep that lane pushed up for his buddy Rise.
Yeah, no, and looking back up top, we have Mundo once again using his ult just to stay alive long enough to play games and try to get more CS. Has actually caught up in CS to Jace.
Yeah, I actually got to give mad props to Rictic right now because after he reached that point where he's got that ult and can sustain through the Jace harass, he's actually, been doing pretty well last hitting and stuff like that.
Really used that to lock in that early game a little tighter. Ooh, and there in the middle, and Rustic Monkey, if he does not play his games right, it's going to go down again. That started getting brutal really quickly.
I still feel like the ghost on the Rise mid. I'm still waiting for that to come into play because there's so many times where I feel like if he just ran his spell combo correctly and ignited, he could have a kill.
I can't play Rise. That's a secret I've kept for many years. There's something about actually Rise is a simple combo character. I can't do it. I can't handle it. There's something about his lifestyle that's just too strong.
He's not brawl enough for you.
I guess. Just something about it. I mean, I've tried playing him many times and I'm just Rise started.
So, looking at CS right now, at least in the mid lane, Rise is 74, so he's not, pulling away too far. And actually, for most part, most of the lanes are pretty even right now. I'm actually pretty impressed
Rise
with
is
how
74 because Rise has been making trips. Rise is 74 because he didn't stay mid lane. He's been running around, killing people, getting assists. But, 3-0, it's still, the separation in gold's only 3K right now. Oh, 2K. 2.6.
Yeah, and to point out, too, Rise is actually 1,100 gold ahead of Lux right now since he has been running around, even though they are pretty even in CS.
Everybody got their own blue this time, so, finally, Lux can shoot more lasers.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to look at the wards because all of Blue's wards are actually around the enemy blue buff, trying to pick up that, and red actually looks like Lux getting caught out a little bit here by Skarner, trying to cross over.
That's going to be bad because Rise is going to join this fight, and that's just going to be a done deal.
Yeah. And Rise is going to be a terror throughout this entire game.
And here comes Lee Sin doing work up top. Mundo just throwing the cleaves, not letting Jace get away. And that right there, 2 great kills, 1 on each side. Quick engagements. And now the first dragon is about to happen.
Yeah. Oh, a teleport actually going down, and Rictic comes down into teleport to try to harass here and try to push them off. Meanwhile, Ezreal Blitzcrank coming up here. Will they be able to convert a kill? It looks like they want to dive. Hansel's actually really, really low here, and CatScan is actually going to go down in the process. They're actually they're doing a very bad job of focusing right here, and Red Team's doing a great job of it, and they've just picked Blue apart.
That wasn't supposed to happen that way. There's a bunch of sad people in the world right now wondering why that exactly happened. And Blitzcrank is going to flash for that grab. Ooh, if Rise is headed to his turret, that would have been a huge mistake. I got to give mad props for him reading that and making the correct play. Now it's Red's dragon to be had.
Yeah, I mean, I have to give him props for Mundo going in there, and really I have to put that on Blue Team just not picking out a target. You could tell that, half of their team, they had teams of 2 that were focused on completely different things, and 2 players that were very, very low as well. They were still taking damage from Dragon, and Red Team played it very, very nicely and was able to get some kills and take Dragon.
Making plays. That was a bold choice on everybody's part, and now there is, work has been done.
Yeah, they've cut down that disadvantage to about 1K now, so looking very, very strong here.
Jace running back up to his own lane, having noticed that there is nothing for him to do down here.
Blue Team continuing to cover that Dragon area with as many wards as possible.
They watched
brush
World.
are
They
on
know
them.
what you have to do. 10 million wards.
All condensed in one area. And so this green ward here, like, it's an okay ward above Dragon, but Dragon's dead. The ward's gonna be gone before Dragon even comes back up.
That's true.
I don't
But
know how much in love I am with that ward.
with as much movement as Ryze has been making,
Yeah.
it's probably a good idea. Ooh, big ult from Ezreal coming down and clearing the minion wave, giving a little bit of reprieve to his sweet, sweet Blitzcrank.
Oh, Lux just barely missing that light binding. And Ryze is tanking through a lot of this. He just needs to turn and start throwing damage and not run away. And that looks like what he is doing. He's going to be able to take down Lee Sin, and he's going to be able to back off of the Skarner, trying to protect him out here. Light binding misses yet again. Looks like Ryze is going to come back in here, and he's going to get the help.
Oh, there's the big jump from Tristana. Seeing that from bottom, just being like, nah, nobody plays with my bro that way. Came to do work.
The Lee Sin Lux combo just been pretty ineffective at killing this Ryze. I mean, they kept hitting him, and eventually at one point he realized, like, wait, hold on a second. I just took all these cooldowns, and I'm not half health. I should probably turn around and kill this dude.
And he's rocking a Catalyst and a tier. That's his build, Catalyst tier.
Yeah.
like he's starting to get pretty big for Ryze. You gotta go in there. You gotta be strong. You gotta get them skill shots down to a freaking T, and it's time to do work. Lux, I'm counting on you. Shoot them lasers.
Yeah, I mean, really, it was like land those two light bindings, and Ryze probably dead in there. But
Yeah, but giving him that opportunity to stay mobile and kind of do his own thing, really dangerous with a Ryze. You do not want Ryze to have options.
And there we see Rictic top again, popping that ult so that he can sustain through this Jace harass. Already low. Top turret, I imagine it's going to fall pretty soon. As soon as Tomato Orange really wants to go in on this, he should be able to take down this turret.
I completely agree with you. Like it's mostly at this point just a when he wants to do that, and I know he doesn't. I believe he's holding back because he knows how much that Lee Sin wants to come and play with his face. And if he gets too far up there, they've already proven that they can. Although they can't kill Ryze, they can definitely kill Jace.
Yeah, one thing I do like too is that Rictic's actually picked up his oracles for his team. Now he's not roaming around the map. He's not the jungler to be able to go and clear out wards. And apparently he missed this ward down here in the brush, even though I saw him running towards it. But that will be good for their team if they decide to get him mobile and around on the map. It looks like now he's actually going to go clear this out. But if they get him around on the map to get some vision advantage, it'll be really good for them.
100%. And I mean, on that same vein, he's not the jungler. He's not going around the map, but the objectives. We're getting to the point in the game where objectives are going to start mattering a lot more, and just having him there to throw cleavers in people's face and clear wards is going to become huge really quickly.
Yeah, it is. And if Jace takes down this top turret, it might be a scenario too where they rotate him down, maybe shift someone up else to farm top lane. But they can actually let him loose a little bit because Jace is probably going to be roaming around the map as well.
And here comes the blue. They want to protect their own blue, but Ryze is going to sneak around, see her, and just be like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?"
Actually, a trade up top, and Rictic's getting the better of it. He lands that cleaver and kills Jace. That was money. Rictic getting some revenge up top. He's like, no, when they kill my tower, I'm going to kill his tower. What are you talking about?
Apparently, Rictic, I would like to personally apologize on behalf of Area of Defect and the universe. Apparently, I misjudged your ability to hit people in the face with cleavers. Great skill shots. Do work.
Oh, the gank train.
Then we have a four-man gank coming down bot. This is about to get oogly for whoever gets caught out, which is nobody.
Yeah, good warding by blue team. They've actually been able to stay pretty safe in this bot lane despite having a blitz lane and aggressive jungler like Lee Sin is really mobile. They probably could have been a little bit creative and come in for ganks, but they've had this whole dragon side warded forever. I don't really know very many possibilities for them. And Ryze passing over one ward. They haven't really reacted yet. Now they're reacting. Dazzle coming in. Doesn't have that locks. Yeah, Ezreal down. Ezreal doesn't have his arcane shift.
Oh,
Flash to try to get out of this. True Shot Barrage not going to be enough to protect him. And Cat Scan's going to get out of this with a little bit of turret damage. And no grab coming out from
a little bit of turret damage. That was all his life. Top lane also warded incredibly well. Going to catch Skarner coming up through there and just go back to his tower. But it's looks like it's time for him to just push that tower over. And they know it.
Bottom turret's going. Top turret should follow very quickly. They've already taken down mid turret. It was great rotation by Ryze, although they saw it coming from a mile away. They had multiple wards. Now we have a little engagement in top lane.
Ooh, and there's a big hammer hit. Everybody's just knocking each other around up top. really trying to get in there and lock it. Mundo ults come back up. Mundo activating that to try to live through that. The tower's going to go down, but I think everybody's just going to disengage after that.
And meanwhile, Lux getting evaporated by Rise yet again.
Lux isn't even playing this game. Lux is playing Pokemon cards, and the mid turret has fallen as well. That's an entire line of turrets down on red team side. Blue team just getting monstery, getting that gold advantage back. Back up from what was even to a 5+K advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're going to get this second middle tower as well. There's not a lot of response from this. Lee Sin's not going to be able to do anything. He's just going to die if he shows up. And it looks like he wants to show up, kick a minion. That's not what he wanted to do. And he's going to get destroyed right here.
Rise isn't him of his mistakes, and Jace has hammered it home.
And it looks like they're setting up for a dragon. One thing I'd like to pick on the blue team that could do a little bit better, at least in this game, is they need to pick up a Oracle. Because with vision advantage and this lead right now, that's what they need. They need to make sure that the enemy team can't see where they are, and all the advantage is going to be for them to take any objective they want on the map with how strong they are right now.
By the power of God and Grayskull, Rise's flash was still down, or there would have been a dead Blitzcrank. Like, you can't go just looking at Rise like he's not going to evaporate you. He is the strongest thing on all the worlds.
Yeah, he is pretty beast right now. Has that Rod of Ages, has the tier, which is giving him a ton of damage.
His tier is half charged, bro. His tier is half charged at this point. Like, if this game continues for another 10 minutes, we're going to see a full-fledged tier here, and it's going to get ugly for everybody.
I feel sorry for poor
once again decided that nobody gets his turret. I think one hit has been laid down on it. Skarner coming around the side. Is he going to pop out and try to get somebody with that hook? With Lux going back, it's officially going to be a 5v4 in this mid lane. This could get interesting.
Yeah, Rustic Monkey unfortunately went up there, took a turret hit, and then a bunch of damage from Rise, and was like, all right, I'm out, peace. But Rustic Monkey right now pretty far behind, unfortunately, for their team. Looks like she's working towards Rabadons or something coming up here. But they really kind of need her now to be kind of clear lanes for them for the invariable push. And amazing grab! Trying to clear that ward. Great ward bait. And Skarner did not see that coming. And gets
that was
punishment.
That was punishment for standing too close to walls.
Yeah, I mean, dude, big props to the red team for setting that one up and getting Hansel to bite.
That was a big play, and he wanted to flash. He wanted to flash so bad over that wall, just was not allowed to.
I'm actually pretty impressed with Matsky's movement here. You know, he was able to dodge a lot of those Lux skill shots, but just looking at him, he's constantly moving, and like, he doesn't really stay very still. Even when he auto attacks or uses an ability, he's pretty much constantly moving. It helps him dodge a lot of those skill shots that he's facing from either Ezreal or a Lux.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, it's something you learn in Gaming 101. Like, movement, constant movement saves your life. Standing still is how you die. And he's just hunting. He doesn't even care. He's just looking with his face in bushes, praying that somebody's trying to gank him. He wants more kills.
Yeah, it looks like Blue Sun here has been pretty aggressive. Feels pretty confident now. Stacking up about 204 CS, 2-0-1. So she's feeling good. Has her Infinity Edge. Wants to roll probably into the standard Phantom Dancer next. Has a lot of sustain there, and she's good. I mean, yeah, this late game, the late game power. Oh, Rise flashing over, sees his target, and Rustic Monkey's been feasting on her all day long. Unfortunately, it's not going well.
This game is really going to come down to, can Mundo get to Rise? Like, can Mundo scare Rise out of a fight? And there's a big freaking catch! This is not a fight. This is not a fight that they want to be involved in. Blitzcrank running. Blitzcrank running around to catch him on the backside. Run!
There's that
run,
gate
baby.
right there.
Run, baby! Don't stop! Nope! And there's going to be the binding, and...
Yeah, blue team looks very, very good. Like, their team fight is pretty... I mean, obviously they came out of their lanes really, really strong, which makes everything easier. It's kind of a little bit expected, but they're playing this really, really well.
That ward, that you get to fuck off ward. It's like, I'm gonna drop this ward. Oh, your team's there? Oh, well, we'll just kill you real quick then.
I think part of the other problem, as far as this game goes, we saw Lee Sin try to get some ganks off that didn't work, but Lee Sin's one of those characters that you want to do well early because that's his wheelhouse, early mid-game, and then you want to snowball that and be really strong. I think looking at the Lee Sin, how he's been playing, how he's going in in certain moments where he clearly shouldn't. I think it's one of those scenarios where normally he's used to rolling that early advantage and being stronger, and then in this case scenario, he's behind and doesn't quite realize he's going in when he doesn't need to.
At 30 minutes, he's not tanky enough right now.
Yeah.
He is not tanky enough. He still only has his one item. He's only gotten his Wiggles Lantern. Like, that's it. He at this point should be tanky enough to be part of that front line, but he's just getting evaporated by the damage that's been stacked on the other team. He can't take IE shots like he should be able to.
Yeah, I mean he's about 3k behind Skarner, the enemy jungler Skarner. So, I mean that's just not a position you want to be in at this point in the game, especially as Lee Sin. And look at this team comp they have, just kind of like a key, like their hope lies in Windowbeaker on Ezreal to kind of carry for their team and pull through, because he's the only one that's really farming up the proper items that they need to really make a dent. Because although Rictic's been playing a really, really good game, the problem for him is he's just a tank. He's not going to be able to deal out all the damage they need to try to cut through this team. And with a Ryze and a really well-fed Tristana and now Jace, it's actually looking pretty healthy. It's going to be really hard for them to... I mean, it's going to come down to protect Ezreal as best as they can and hope that he's able to put out the damage to win a team fight, because otherwise I don't see a way where they could really win an engagement against these guys.
Absolutely. Ezreal is their key now. It's got to... I mean, really at this point, Lux needs to fall back to pretty much utility maximum, and they really need to just not get caught out by this angry Skarner who wants to just hook somebody in the eye. Doesn't even care. He doesn't care who it is. He just wants one.
Yeah, he just wants someone. He's like, give me anybody. I don't care. Light Binding actually going to land here. Ult's going to miss, but look at that damage. Just takes a few hits.
Oh, there's the pull into the turret.
Low. They're just diving past the turret. They don't care at this point.
Yeah, no. Now
taking a lot of damage.
Decided if they want to play games, then we will play Pokemon. And has gotten involved and is going to catch them all right here.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty dirty. They have a lot of utility here. They have a lot of mobility, especially having Jace on their team with that Hyper Gate. So they can chase, they can get away if they really want to. You can dive past turrets with ease, run you down. I mean, we saw earlier Lee Sin was trying to run from Tristana using all his abilities to get out of there.
What is anybody doing? Don't you know that they are in your base and you have no turret here? Ryze is just mopping the place up. Doesn't care about anybody's opinions about life, universe, or anything. The answer to the question is actually Ryze, apparently.
Yeah, so this is going to be a cleanup game, at least for blue team at this point. It's clearing out these turrets. Blitz getting a grab, but it does not matter. Nothing really to follow this up with.
Grabbing things now just kills your team.
Actually able to pick off a kill onto Lexus. They can pick up a kill onto Tristana.
Congratulations, you officially stalled them. But they're
victory.
Climbing in your windows, they're snatching your people up. Trying to rape, so you better go back to your base and run.
Rictic wants a little vengeance
Rictic
here.
wants a taste. Rictic, I gotta commend this, but at the same time, Ryze is still full health, full mana, and you're about to see him not care.
Yeah, that's spell vamp. Real terror.
Oh, wait, where's your team go, bro?
Oh, Windowbeaker trying to get in there. The True Shot Barrage is going to miss. This is not the path that was chosen. and now there's really no way he's going to be able to escape us. Arcane Shift after the Dazzle, but it's not going to matter. One last overload right there.
Ryze has already made up his mind for him.
Yeah. Ryze 7-0-9. Has Void Staff, Glacial Shroud. I mean, pretty much disgusting mode right here.
Yeah, no, he's a violent human being, and there's nothing you can do but sit there and pray that the mistakes that he makes are walking into your fountain turret.
And the best part about all this too is even with those items, he's banking about 2k right now. He's farming red buff. He doesn't even really have to go back at this point. He's strong enough he can just chill here, wait for his team to show up again, and then just push to the house. Blue Sun doing a little solo dragon action.
Got the Phantom Dancer, got the IE, and, 15% lifesteal.
And it looks like...
Alright, looks like mid-party? Mid-party?
I think they're just going to push bottom. I think they're just going to get the 3 inhibs to make sure, and then clean it up. Get all their lanes pushing.
Why did you get the 3rd inhibitor? Just to make sure.
No,
we're going mid-party.
Jace 1v1ing Rictic at this point. He's like, I figured this out. It's okay.
Wait.
Oh, no, you will not escape, says Sconner. And Mundo says, no, yes, I really will. I have an ult. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's K. Anybody caught outside the back line is just getting torn apart. And even the laser coming off the fountain turret seems so just weak at this moment. Because during this entire thing, you have to remember, Rise hasn't done anything. Rise has just been, taking objectives, just kind of minding his own business.
It's like, I'll fight you with your fountain regen. What? And that is going to be game 1. So congratulations to Team Tomato Orange, captain this team and taking round 1.